Communist rebels take over Sacramento. Take 47.5. I'm Dilip Khatri, and I'm a structural engineer. And I live in Pasadena, California, and also in Las Vegas, Nevada. I was going to become a fashion photographer and a filmmaker, and then my father told me that's not going to happen. And so I said, okay. So then I became an engineer, and I've been an engineer for 35 years, but I still have a passion for photography and filmmaking. So 7 years ago, I went back to school and took a fairly elaborate program on producing, writing, and directing. And so now I produce, write, and direct documentary films. The Wilshire Grand story is the story of the tallest high-rise building in downtown Los Angeles, which was just recently completed, designed and built on an earthquake fault. And a very, very innovative, creative, and challenging design that breaks a lot of conventional rules of downtown Los Angeles. It's not a square, it's not a rectangle, it's got an elaborate shape to it, it doesn't have a flat top, it sits on an earthquake fault, it doesn't go down 1,000 feet, it goes down very shallow with a shallow foundation. So it's a very, very interesting project. And so I decided to make that film because there's very little information out there that talks about what architects and engineers and contractors really do. And I think that the public needs to have some sort of an education in a friendly, entertaining way to explain what our profession is about. The Wilshire Grand is a $1.3 billion project. We got access to all these people. They let us come in with a drone camera to shoot the top of the building. Unbelievable stuff that no filmmaker really gets that kind of access. On one interview, when we were interviewing David Martin, it was raining like crazy. So we had issues with the sound because the rain was and the wind was blowing. It was like filming in a hurricane. So we had to do something innovative in the piece when we cut it, in the final cut, when we edited it, because you couldn't take the rain out from the soundtrack. You were hearing this tap, 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 tap from the rain because it was raining like crazy. It was like we were filming in the middle of a monsoon. So what I told the editor to do was to put a clip in of rain hitting a glass. So we just told the audience, hey, it's raining. And then the rain was natural. First 10, 15 minutes of every interview, I just had to loosen them up. It was like defrosting a chicken, I mean, what do you do with them, okay? You can't, and you don't want to, when you defrost a chicken, how do you defrost a chicken? You don't take the chicken and hit it on the table, you're going to break it. So you gotta let it sit for a little bit, but you can't be sitting all day. So you gotta toast it a little bit, you gotta heat it up a bit, and then eventually the chicken starts talking. So there's always a defrosting period. But we got good stuff out of these guys. At the end of the day, I was very happy with all of the interviews. We got what we wanted, which was their candidness and their personality. Yeah, so the problem is that when people come Russia, they come California and they think they're in the same place. You can use any of this if you want. North Korea versus Trump, take 97.5.